All right, so this is to start again. This is Ramanuj Mukherjee from LawSikho, and we are talking about the habits you should be building to succeed as a lawyer. And thank you for joining me here. And I request all of you to introduce yourselves quickly on the chat. Say who you are, where you are logging in from, and what are the questions that you have. I see Akash Sharma has already posted a question. Great, thank you, Akash. I will pick this up in a bit. All right, so jumping back to my presentation, right? Just a moment. All right, so today's topic, what habits should I develop as a law student to succeed big? And I'm not restricting this discussion to law students, to be honest. This will be quite useful even to practice for practicing lawyers. All the things I'm going to I'm going to discuss it from the point of view of pretty much lawyers and law students. Uh, so, why habits are important, right? This is the first question that we need to talk about. Why is it so important that you build habits? And I think this is the most important thing to understand about success. And the more time has gone, I have learned the importance of habits. Uh, so when I was younger, right, I had a different view of success. I thought success means working really hard, right? So, you had exams, and before the exam, you could study really, really hard, and it would be enough, right? So, 2 nights before the exam, I'll study very hard, and I'll still manage to top in the class or, at least be in the top few positions. And it felt like success and felt amazing, like, oh my God, I don't study throughout the year. I'm so smart. I'm still doing well. And that is where the problem is. Okay. And all of us, we are ready to work hard momentarily. We are ready to put in a lot of effort for a while, but we don't appreciate the power of habits. Okay. And this is a shortcoming. When you start to realize the power of habits, you start developing habits, your life will change. Okay. And this is something that I all the time deal with, like really, really smart people believe in projects, missions. I set out on an adventure and I accomplish something at one go. I sit down and I finish all of it. This is the mindset, like, putting in a lot of hard effort and doing achieving something right then and there. This is the mindset a lot of us have. And it's great to have, like, it's nothing wrong. But we have to realize that we can achieve a lot more with habits. Okay. Why am I saying this? So, you know, we all believe in heroic effort. Okay, a lot of us are like, going to put in heroic effort and success will be mine. And you can get some success like that, but it is nothing compared to what you can get when you develop habits, because habits are effortless. All the heroic effort is often not necessary if you have habits. So imagine that, just think of it this way, right? You want to become very strong. Okay. So one day you do 5,000 push-ups. Throughout the day you do 5,000 push-ups, working very hard. What will happen? Will you build big muscles? I don't think so. In fact, you might, develop injuries and problems in your body. But somebody does just 50 push-ups over, next 100 days or 300 days, what will happen? They will develop strength, they will develop muscles, they will develop things that you will not develop. So, but we think that no, I'm going to do 5,000 push-ups at once, and it is so amazing. And it is amazing if you can do 5,000 push-ups in a day. It's like definitely heroic. It's crazy, right? You might be making some records on stuff like that. You might be find yourself in the record books, but that is not going to. That's not necessarily good for you. Okay, much better results can be achieved if you are doing a little bit of work over a long period of time. If you have a habit of waking up in the morning and doing 50 or 100 push-ups on the spot, that is much better. Is going to produce much better results. Same thing, like, imagine that I want to be a singer. If I practice singing non-stop for 24 hours, Will I become a better singer? Maybe a little bit better than what I was before 24 hours of practice, heroic effort. But if I practice singing for 1 hour for 24 days, or 1 hour, even better, why 24 days? If I every day for 1 hour, I do it for a year, then my singing will be unrecognizable now and then. But most of us are not able to build this kind of habits. We don't even prioritize building this kind of habits. Okay, so it's very very important that we start working on building the right habits which support our goals and our ambitions and our dreams. Okay, it does not look as glorious, as attractive. Okay, if you say that I am going to like do like I'm going to like practice for 6 hours a day, this is how I'll succeed. Maybe that's not even a good idea. Maybe just 1 hour a day, which is more sustainable. When people take up goals, they take up big goals sometimes, because only the big goal, it looks sexy and attractive and like worth pursuing, right? It's in some ways, but it's not like that. Like sometimes a small habit which doesn't look to be much, but if done consistently, if you do it over many years, it becomes very powerful. It gives you results that are incredible, right? So this is something you have to understand, that the person who has effortless habits, because you're not doing so many efforts when you are, if you just imagine, if it is your habit to every day wake up and work out for 1 hour or meditate for 10 minutes or something like that. Okay, it seems like very small, but once you build that habit, if you do it over the years, over your lifetime, it makes a huge difference. And it takes no effort, because habits are such that it doesn't take any effort. So if you don't work out in the morning, and if I tell you that tomorrow morning you have to work out, it will be a huge effort that will be required in the morning to actually do the workout. But you go and brush your teeth every day. It's just a habit everyone has, and it's no struggle. Even with closed eyes, you'll wake up and you go and brush your teeth. Okay, you don't have to think about it, and this is a habit. Okay, but somebody who doesn't have the habit of brushing their teeth, they will find it hard to remember every day to brush their teeth. If somebody is like that, okay, they don't have the habit of brushing their teeth, then it will be a huge challenge every day for them to brush in the morning. But if it is a habit, then it's just autopilot. It's natural every day. So when I'm working with my team, like um, I have some. So I was talking to my CFO the other day, right? He's an incredibly smart person, very successful, right? Who has worked in big companies, has worked directly reported to billionaires in the past. Very very smart. Okay, he was an investment analyst in some amazing investment funds and so on. Now he is somebody, so you are talking, and I was discussing that how can he be more productive. And what we realized while talking is that he is, when he's sitting down, he's like, this is a project, I have to get this done. You sit down and he has to finish it. I said, what if you don't finish it in one sitting? What if you look at it this way, that every day you will give 1 hour to this project, every day 1 hour. If it is not done in 1 hour, fine, you do the rest in the next day, and then the next day and the next day. You don't try to finish it on the spot, because these are things that don't get done in a day anyway. What if you do that? And if you plan your whole day like that, and you try to make sure that your day is basically a summation of small habits throughout the day, right? Then what will be different is that you don't have to put that much effort, because when you are trying to do something hard, there's a lot of effort. There's all this procrastination. Have you thought why this procrastination happens? Procrastination happens because you have no habits. If you have a habit of 1 hour of writing every day from 9 to 10 p.m., you'll have a habit of doing it every day. Like, then it will be no problem. There'll be no procrastination. It will be coming to you naturally, because 9 to 10 you do that. Okay. So for me, every weekday 9 to 10 p.m. I have to do this webinar. So I don't need reminders at 8 o'clock. I know that 9 o'clock my body and my brain automatically knows, oh my god, I have my webinar. what is there today, I have to prepare, I have to think what I'm going to speak, and so on, right? And all of that is already put into process. Somebody makes a PPT for me, I work on it, I finalize. But in the end of the day, it is easier because for years and years, I wanted to, have a regular webinar, right? And it was so difficult. I wanted to make more videos, but it is not possible. It's not like one day I sit down and make 10 videos. Very hard to do. But when I made this a habit, then I know that I'm regularly making these videos and it's going out. Now it's a habit, it's a system. So it's a lot more easier, and every day it gets better and better and better. As a process, as my own habit, I refine my habit and it becomes more and more better for me and more effortless over time. And this is the superpower that habits are, right? It becomes easier over time to do something which is otherwise very difficult. Sometimes I talk to different lawyers and experts and I tell them, would you like to do a webinar? And what they say is that, oh, a webinar, I'll have to prepare, I'll have to think, blah, blah, blah. But imagine if they're doing this every day, it would be like natural. One more webinar, I'll do it, no problem. So that's what happens. When you do something regularly, it becomes so easy to do. From something difficult to do, it becomes very easy to do. And you do it well. It's not like you're doing it badly just because you're doing it easily. Okay? So Akash Sharma is saying replacing motivation with dedication. It's actually replacing motivation with habits. When you have habits, the role of motivation becomes less. Then you can actually do it out of habit, right? Do you need motivation to brush your teeth in the morning? No. You just go and do it because it's just your habit, right? There are a lot of things in the day you do out of habit, right? So if you build good habits, then it becomes effortless. No motivation is required. And people who have good habits will always win over people who are trying to do it with heroic effort or willpower or strength of character or whatever you call it. So somebody with the right habits will beat those people who are trying to do it with willpower and hard effort. Okay. So this is very important. So if you have, you may not be as smart as someone, or you may not be as dedicated as someone or as motivated as someone, but if you are able to build the right habits, you will be able to beat them all. Okay, you'll be able to beat them all. So we are talking about habit. That is, habits create effortless consistency, and consistency is like amazing. Consistency makes things happen. Okay, consistency makes things that are incredible. Okay, so you have heard this, right? That if water keeps falling on a stone, okay, nothing will happen in 1 hour, nothing will happen in one day, nothing will happen in a month maybe. But if the water keeps falling at the same place for years and years and years, then even the stone will break, or stone will start decaying from water. Okay, that is the power of consistency, right? That is the power of habits also. That with habits, what seems impossible today will become possible, and that is why habits are superpowers. Okay. uh, how to develop new habits, so that is all great. So then the question is that how do I develop new habits? I'm sure you guys are now understanding why habits are so important, right? Because what you cannot achieve with willpower, with what you cannot achieve with effort, what you cannot achieve with discipline, you can achieve with habits. Then how to develop new habits? This is a very important skill to learn. Now imagine that developing a new habit is a skill. Can you give me some example of skills? Any of you can think of some example of skills? I forgot to rename myself. Writing skill is a skill, right? So somebody says writing skill is a skill. Anyone else? Akash is saying writing skill. Contract drafting is a skill, right? Shooting skill, great. So research skills, Raj Chaurasi is saying. Ishwarya is saying communication skill. Arkyaditi Saka, drafting, research, communication, management. Nilam Prusti, communication skill. Akash Sharma, swimming. Samriddhi, speaking. These are all skills, right? habit formation as a skill. Just think about it, that to create a new habit is a skill. How to build a new habit is also a skill, and therefore a very important skill, a skill that you want to learn. Okay, and just think about it, that what are the basic skills. This is a thought. This is the question. I want you to answer this question. What are the basic skills missing in most law graduates today that make their career journey difficult? Can you guess? I know many of you are not law graduates. Some of you are law graduates also, I can see. So, what are the most basic skills missing in law graduates that make their career journey difficult? Can you say something about this? What do you guys think? What makes their career journey difficult? What do you think? What habits are missing, or what skills are missing in people, that they are practical skills are missing, drafting skills are missing, critical thinking skills are missing, right? Good. What else? What do you guys think? Let's reading skill. Okay, this is also not there. Time management and communication. Let's see what all you can come up with. What else? But habit formation is also a skill, right? Is that missing also? Is habit formation as a skill missing? Okay. So any skill you want to develop. So if you want to develop networking skill, for you to successfully do that, there are certain habits that you ideally have to develop, right? If you want to develop reading skill, sure, you can do that. But definitely, you'll have to develop certain habits of reading, right? If you say, okay, somebody doesn't have good writing skills, sure. But one way to get that writing skill would have been to actually create a habit of writing. Without that, you cannot really learn good writing skill. You can learn some techniques, but if you don't practice it, if you don't actually put it to use, so without habits, even skills are not that useful, right? No skills can be supported or successfully developed or successfully cultivated without a habit that backs it up. Can you imagine that? Essentially, I'm saying that you really cannot have any skill which are powerful, which are meaningful, without first actually developing a habit. So if you see a person who is unable to actually develop a good skill, or there are a lot of skills missing in them, then high chances is that that person is not good at creating new habits. What do you guys think about this? Do you think that this makes sense? That you cannot really develop skills that are important, basic skills, all the skills that you talked about: communication, reading, writing, okay, networking, blogging, learning, whatever skills. There has to be a habit that supports the development of that skill. Without that habit, it will be very, very difficult to learn a skill and then grow a skill and then sharpen a skill. So the most important skill that you need to think about, that how do I develop habits? How do I develop habits that stay with me? How do I develop habits that help me grow? And how do I get rid of habits? This is very important. How do I get rid of habits that are stopping my growth, preventing me from growing? Okay. So some of the, sorry, just a moment. What are the basic skills missing in most law graduates that make their career journey difficult? And I have written down a few things from my observation, because I have been coaching so many people, and I have empirical data, literally, like, uh, trying to help people get jobs, trying to help people get more clients, trying to help people get the promotion that they want. And what do I see, right? They do not organize their days. right? So it's like whatever work comes, they're trying to do. So if they have four different things to do, they're just trying to do whatever is, whoever is shouting loudest at them, they're trying to do that, or whatever is like burning up in their face, they're trying to do that, but they have no plans otherwise, that how this is how I organize my day. It is not there. Okay, how many of you have a plan for organizing your day? Can you say yes if you have it, that this is how I organize my day? Okay, so good. It may be something which is highly sophisticated, it may be something which is just nascent, you have just started developing it. Akash, am I saying, but contingency ruins it. That's okay. Sometimes is okay, but every day, if your contingency is ruining all of your plans, then that is means you need to work on it. Okay, I don't know if that is happening, but sometimes there will be contingency. Even I have contingency in my day, but as I learn to organize my day better and better, my success becomes easier to achieve, and much bigger things become easier to achieve, which was impossible earlier, right? Another thing, they do not have dedicated hours for business development. So, for example, you're a lawyer, right? So, I said law graduates, lawyers, right? So, whether you work at a law firm, if you're an in house counsel, that's different. But otherwise, if you're working in a company as an employee, that's different, right? But otherwise, if you are, even then, you should be spending time doing networking for your next job or next big step up in life. But let's say you are a law firm lawyer or a independent lawyer, litigator, whatever it may be. Now you will see that most of them do not have a dedicated hours for business development, and that's a big mistake. That's a big problem. So we have a course called Legal Practice Development and Management, where we help lawyers to grow their law practice, get more clients. Okay, and one challenge we face there is that one of the first things you have to teach them is that how much time do you spend in a day to bring in new clients, or how much time do you dedicate in a day to even think about this, that how can I get more clients, right? And they don't have, it's a no brainer. If you don't give time to something, then how do you expect it to happen? If you want a lot of new clients, right? If you are a law firm lawyer and you want to be a partner, you have to bring in clients to the law firm. How is that going to happen if you don't even spend time on it, or you don't even think about it, right? So then you have to make a habit of business development, that you dedicate a certain number of hours, 1 hour at least, or 2 hour if possible, to business development. And you can't do it in one day. It will have to go on and on and on. Every day 2 hours. Okay, these are the hours when I pick up the phone and I talk to potential clients or people who have already inquired with me. I start speaking with them, or I talk to my existing clients and deepen my relationship with them, right? That could be how it is. But you have to make time for something so important. Something is important, you have to make time for it. For you guys also. So if you want, like if you're a law student, right, and you want an internship, you want a job, how much time do you spend in a day working on your next internship, right? If you don't spend time, then you will get something inferior. If you don't spend time working on the job that you want to get, like if you, let's say you have 3 years left in law college and you want to get a job in a certain law firm, then in the next, if you are not working towards it, if you're not even spending 1 hour a day, can you really expect that it will work? How? Right? And this is what people do. They are like, "Arey, abhi to bahut time hai. Jab aayega tab dekh lenge." Imagine that you are in first year, second year of law school, and you want to, after graduation, you want to be a judge. So the judiciary exam is really hard. If you have to crack it in 1 year, then you have to maybe study 10 hours, 12 hours a day. Maybe more. Even, that also is not enough. People take 2 years, 1.5 years, 2 years, 3 years to actually complete that huge syllabus. A lot of times they crack the prelims and then they're not prepared for the mains. So in the mains they flunk. Okay? Because preparing for the prelims is a lot easier than preparing for the mains in judiciary exams. So people prepare for the prelims and even crack it. But within a 2 month or 3 month, there is a mains exam. And that 2-3 months is not enough to prepare for that mains. You have to prepare from long ahead back. And they don't. So they don't crack it. But imagine that you are in second year second year or third year, and we say this with full confidence that if you come to us when you are in the second year or third year of law college, because you then get that much time. Imagine instead of spending 10 hours a day, you are spending 1 hour, 2 hours a day. And you can cover more than that. You can spend more time over those many years to prepare yourself exactly what you need to know, exactly develop yourself in a way that you can easily, effortlessly crack the judiciary exam. Whereas other people, what people try, they like, now I've graduated, now let me start. Or they are starting in their fifth year. That is already like, there is too less time. And it becomes harder at that time to crack those exams. Same thing, people are starting to think about getting a job. Okay, only 6 months left to graduate. Now I'll start thinking about the job. Why? What if you thought about it for 2 years? Your actions would have been different. What if you spend 1 hour a day just working on this? How to get my next internship? How to impress them in my next internship? How to get the best possible internship? How to get the best possible job? How to network for that job? How to make the best CV for that? How to prepare for the interview? How to learn things that I can impress people in the interview or in the internship, and so on, right? You can actually do a lot if you just spend 1 hour a day. Massive. Same thing, if most of you will just study for 1 hour a day, you can top the exams in your college, but you won't. It's so, we think that we have to work very hard to top. We have to study day and night. It's not like that. If you study for 1 hour a day or 2 hours, even 1 hour a day, I bet in most people in most colleges can top just by studying consistently for 1 hour a day. That's more than enough. But they don't even do that. Okay. Raj Choda says, and yes, I do say my rank in my college. Great. But I couldn't do it. When I was in college, I was this heroic effort guy, right? So I ranked in my college, but I would be studying last moment, like last 1 week, I will just forget everything, study all night and then. But that was not the best way to learn, honestly speaking. If I built a habit that every day I study for 1 hour, it would be amazing. Okay, and I could have achieved much more academically if I did that. But I didn't have that sense at that age, unfortunately. I have learned it much later, but had to learn. But this anyway, nothing is too late, and there's no harm. So they do not, people, another habit they do not have is that they do not make time to share their knowledge and expertise on public platforms. Imagine whatever you are learning in this session today, there will be some thoughts of your own also. You go and share this learning, share this thought on LinkedIn, on Twitter. Then other people will also, like-minded people will get to know about you. They'll connect with you. They'll be impressed by you. They'll be inspired by you. You'll build relationships. You will, if you have some expertise, you are learning some new law. What if you go and share about it on LinkedIn, where other professionals, maybe they're lawyers, maybe not, maybe they're businessmen, maybe they're your future clients, they will read and they'll learn it from you. Something as simple, I don't know, just tell me, like in first year, what do people learn? Tort law. If you start writing about tort law on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, okay, lawyers will be like, we know this. But other people will be like, wow, there is such amazing things like this in law. Very cool. Okay. And they will remember, let's say Shyamachar, right? You are actually publishing these things in social media. They will think that, oh, Shyamachar is a lawyer and he's cool. He knows about all these things. He publishes these things. So next time, if they face such a situation, the neighbor is creating nuisance, they will be like, yeah, Shyamachar actually had written about these things on social media. He might be able to help me. And then they'll go to Shyamachar. Okay. This is the magic of social media. And if you are not making it a habit and you're not making time to share your knowledge and expertise on public platforms, then you are missing out on an opportunity of a lifetime. And by the way, this doesn't happen once or twice, right? If you post once or twice, nothing will happen. It's a habit. You keep posting for 1 year and then you will realize the magic that is happening. Can you do this on YouTube also? Absolutely, you can do this on YouTube also. You can explain the concept and keep posting and see what happens. It will not, nothing will happen overnight, but it will happen. It is also my habit. See, I'm creating a habit since September. My birthday resolution was that this year I'm going to make a lot of videos. and I'll share my knowledge on videos. Okay. And it was not happening. My birthday is on 18th of August. So on 1st of November, I decided from 1st of November, every day I will do 1 hour webinar on weekdays. Weekends are off, but every weekday I will do 1 hour of webinar. What is the result? From September till now, I have done a lot of webinars, right? And this is very good. This is going good because I have not done so many webinars ever in my life. There was a time when I used to do something called an hour with LawSikho. There I used to call a guest and I used to talk to the guest for 1 hour, right? And that was also great. I used to learn so much from them. But then I decided, what about I sharing my knowledge? Okay, if I call a guest, the guest shares knowledge, that is great, but I want to start sharing what I know and what I care about and what I feel about. So I decided to do this, and I am building a habit. I have built a habit. I can say I have been doing this for one and a half months now, right? So I've been doing this for a while, and it's going great. Like, I'm really enjoying myself, and slowly there is a lot of people are listening to this. They are benefiting from it, and I am sharing my knowledge and expertise on public platforms. So you should also test the medicine that you're giving to others. But I believe in this, and I'm doing it. And you can see 9 to 10, like 9 is like end of the day, right? Why I do it at 9 is because my other responsibilities as CEO of LawSikho iTraders, 9 o'clock, I'm more or less done. 9 to 10, I can do this. And this, I'm very happy to do this. Like, it makes a huge difference, right? So, but it is so important that instead of resting at 9 o'clock, 9 to 10, I'm doing this, right? This is so powerful. One mistake the law graduates make is that they do not nurture important relationships. You have to make a habit of nurturing good relationships, important relationships. You should have at least 30 people in your life. You should make a list of 30 people that these are the relationships I want to nurture. Today I read something very beautiful on Twitter. There is somebody who said that just instead of trying to make a lot of money, we should all aim to find a group of friends that will be with us till the end of our life. Then life will be worth living. It's such a beautiful thought, right? So, but it's not only about friends, it's also about clients, business, colleagues, everywhere. So if you nurture important relationships every day, there are some relationships you should spend time with them every single day. Professional relationships, give a call every week, check up on them every month. Some people you should be connecting every month and checking up, have a dinner, meet them for coffee, but you should nurture those relationships every week, every month. Maybe just get on a call. But those relationships, if you're not nurturing, then you are making a mistake. Again, it's a not very important habit to develop, that your important relationships you nurture. So this is a question that here to think for you, and I have thought about this a lot. Do the lawyers who developed good habits in their childhood and teenage succeed more than those who didn't develop those habits? You might think that there are some lawyers, they are succeeding because they are so brilliant, because they are so knowledgeable, because they are so disciplined. But I am proposing an idea that it's none of them. The lawyers who really succeed, most of them, with some exception, there are people who are able to develop good habits even in their old age or when they're much older, like at my age. But most people who actually succeed, somehow, maybe they have developed good habits when they were young. Maybe they have developed the habits of being highly organized from their mother or their aunt or their sister. Okay. Or maybe they have learned the habit of creating and nurturing good relationships with people from their uncle or from somebody they saw, grandfather, I don't know, in their family. One reason I found it very hard to develop a discipline of maintaining a calendar or staying organized is because I come from a household where nothing is organized. Everything is like complete in disarray. Nobody organizes themselves, right? My father and mother, they didn't have to. Like, they were like, they worked for the government, and they didn't have to there was no need to organize themselves. But for me, it's important. If I want to achieve a big dream, I want to make a big organization, I want to make big things happen, I have to be organized. But the challenge I face, some things are natural for me because I come from a household where reading habit was normal. Our house was full of books, and my parents were reading. My father was every day reading newspapers, reading stuff. So that became a natural habit for me. I grew up with those habits. So I never had to actually work hard to develop those habits. But when it comes to uh, maintaining a calendar and making a plan and sticking to the plan, how many of you make a plan that today I will do this things, and then you can't follow it? I am one of those people, but there are people who can follow that plan. Like uh, my co-founder Abhyuday, he's good. He'll make a plan and he'll stick to the plan. Very good at that, right? But I can't do that. It is because my environment in the childhood, it was that environment was different. I did not learn it at a younger age. So the things you have learned, the good habits you have learned at a younger age, will really support you later on. But the habits that you did not learn at that age will also be a problem. Now you have to work extra hard. You have to make extra effort now to learn all of those things. Okay? Okay. All right. So can any of you relate to this? What I said about what the habits you developed in the childhood? Can you think of any habits you developed as a child which really helps you now? Okay. So, this is what I say. I would say that if you develop good habits, it is more important than going to National Law School, Bangalore, or whatever, right? Or Harvard or anything. People think that tags are important. They chase tags. And I'm proposing to you an alternative. Don't chase tags, chase good habits. Okay? That is probably much more profitable, much more, will create much more success than you can imagine. Okay? This is one habit that you can develop. Learn to ask the right questions, right? This is one habit which is very useful. Like, you look at something and say, okay, why is it like this? Somebody is saying something, this is how it works. Why does it work this way? So if you develop the habit to asking questions, so we have a habit of not asking questions. We have been taught in many cases that don't ask questions, just follow, just do whatever we are saying. And as a child, we may have learned such lessons, and that may be internalized. But now, to succeed as a lawyer, to succeed as a professional, you need to make a different habit. You have to ask more questions, okay? And not accept unsatisfactory or vague answers, and dig deeper and to get the real answer. So this is a great habit to develop. Learn to write clearly and effectively. This is a very important habit for a lawyer. Learn to write clearly and effectively. There would be, if you have not learned this habit, or if you have not actually, there will be a habit of learning in a roundabout way, or writing vague sentences, unclear statements. In your head, the statement makes sense, but somebody reads it, it's not making sense to them. Okay? This is natural in the beginning, but you have to learn to write clearly and effectively. This is a great habit to develop, right? Another very powerful habit that will change your life is develop a habit of non-stop learning. Keep learning. The more you learn, sometimes you don't know, why am I learning this? Do I really need to learn this? That's not the point. The point is that you keep learning. Your brain, when it's learning, is on fire. It's being exercised. It is making new connections in your brain, organizing information. It's active and becomes more and more powerful the more you keep learning. And as you grow older, the brain doesn't grow as much unless you keep learning. Okay, brain will become static and stop growing unless you keep teaching yourself new things, new languages, new concepts, new information, new sciences, new art. Learn public speaking and develop a habit around it, right? So this, for me, this is a public speaking habit. So you can develop your own public speaking habit. Okay. So learn public speaking and develop a habit around it, just like writing. Learn to make videos. It's a great, this is the skill of this century. If you learn to make good videos, nothing can stop you, because this is the primary, there was a time when anybody had a newspaper, somebody owned a newspaper, they were powerful in the world. But today, if you can make videos, you're powerful in the world. Okay. So learn to make videos. Develop a reading habit. This is also a great habit to have as a lawyer, right? And then develop habits that support physical, mental, and brain health. All these are three are distinct and important. Okay. I will just tell you quickly what are some of my health habits. Being active and not being sedentary. So one of the big problem in today's world that we are going to be sedentary. You are sitting and working. You can see that I am not sitting and taking this webinar. I'm standing, because when I'm standing, I'm being more active. If I am sitting, I'll be sedentary, right? So I'm of course being active by speaking, doing hand gestures, moving around. But if I was sitting, I would be doing far less, right? Uh, and walking around while calling, right? So throughout the day, I'm on many meetings, many calls, and I'm walking around every time. So if I look at uh, my tracker today, I have walked 14,000 steps already. Okay, and I was done with 10,000 steps by 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Okay, so this is very important. You must try and be more active. This will support your health. Okay, and this will support you'll have high level of energy throughout the day. Supplements. So a lot of people will tell you supplements are bad. Don't take supplement. Why can you eat your natural food? Blah blah blah. And I don't believe them. I have, through experience and consulting experts, I've come to realize that supplements are very important. There are so many vitamins we are naturally deficient of, because our lifestyle doesn't support vitamin B12, vitamin D3. There are so many other things that we don't get. And when you take proper supplementation, protein, in India, people have very good bad food habits, and we don't get enough protein. Most of us do not have enough protein in our diet. Okay, so you have to figure out that are you having enough protein intake, because if you don't, it will impact your health. In terms, your brain will be affected, your muscles will be affected, and that is why so many people in India have problems like diabetes and so many things, because they don't have enough muscle mass, right? So exercise definitely, but getting the right supplements is very important, and you have to educate yourself, because if you just go to a doctor, doctors are there to cure disease. They are not there to, most of the time, to tell you how to live a better life. So you have to figure out who can advise you on that. I don't want to give advice like this over here as to what supplements and all, but you should learn. You should educate yourself. If you go and educate yourself, you will find out, and it can make a huge difference to your performance as a lawyer, as a professional. Okay. Another very important habit for me is tracking my sleep and knowing that, am I getting enough deep sleep, am I getting enough REM sleep, am I getting enough rest? Because if I am not getting enough sleep, then I will not be performing as well. So this is a very important health habit. And then you have to avoid intoxication. This is also important. Like, I am not always successful but always trying to avoid intoxicate habits of getting intoxicated on anything. Like, there are so many things: cigarettes, alcohol. What are the habits to avoid? Right, entertainment addiction, TV, games, Netflix. So I don't have ever a TV wherever I live. I don't play computer games. I avoid. I know I'll get addicted and I'll start doing this. I was addicted to Netflix. Like, I watched a lot of series, but now I realize that it's a huge cost. I need to stop. So in the last couple of months, I haven't really watched any series. At best, I'll watch a movie once in a blue moon. But it's really unacceptable to get addicted. You'll be ending up so much time, like hours, like hours and hours of time, hundreds of hours of time with which you could do so much for yourself. You could get rich using that time, and you are, or do whatever you want to do, and just sitting and watching series. It's just addictive, right? People have designed it to get you hooked in and keep you addicted and keep you watching. It's good for them, not good for you, right? There are maybe other addictions, many addictions. The world is full of addictions. Okay, it's not only things like cigarette, alcohol, or marijuana or something like drugs. Not like that. There are other lot of addictions. For example, creating drama. A lot of people are addicted to drama. In their own life, they create drama, and it stops them from achieving their potential, or they are being stuck in other people's drama. Somebody else is creating drama, and they will get sucked into that drama instead of being focused on and doing what they have to do, right? So that's also an addiction, possibly. Then another thing is like, another habit people develop, saying no to opportunities because timing is not perfect, because I am not ready yet, and so on and so forth, right? And how, on the other hand, that habit I developed is, if I get an opportunity and it looks like great opportunity, I will say yes. I don't know how will I do it, but I'll say yes first, and later on I'll go and deliver it, or figure out how to deliver it, right? I always delivered very successfully, but I didn't know at the time that I got the opportunity how I will do it. But then you go and figure out how to deliver it instead of saying no to the opportunity, right? If you really want to do something, you'll be able to do it. But then people are like, I want to do this, but right now I have this problem. 3 months later I'll do it, and 3 months later never comes. One day, someday, if you say, it never comes, right? So this is also a habit that you need to develop. So, okay, now questions to you. What are the habits that you have developed already, that support your growth? Come on, tell me in the chats. There are so many of you. Quickly tell me in the chats. What are some of the habits that you know of, that you have already developed, that support your growth? Karan Shelki, reading. Great. Arkyaditi, reading and researching. Very nice. What other habits you guys have developed that support your growth? Akash, reading, walking well, attending my webinars. Thank you. Reading your books and emails. Great. Shamachar, being participative and communicative in law classes. Yeah, that can be a good habit. I remember I couldn't speak English when I joined law school in UJS, and I spoke a lot in the class, and that helped me to get out of my shell and start speaking. Uh, Rudrika Bhagat, personal development. Very good, Rudrika. Ankita Parida, LinkedIn post every day. Abhishek Sharma. What is the definition of growth here? Mind growth, health growth, or law ethics? Growth. What growth do you want, Abhishek? Like, do you want growth of money? Do you want growth of, let's say, your influence? Do you want growth of power? I don't know. What do you want? So it depends on that. So different people want different kind of growth. But whatever growth you want, habits will support it, right? Or what habits do you have right now that support that growth? Pranav Sethi, speed reading and note making, very good. Completing courses from Coursera, very good, very good. Kshitij Raju, writing an article every 4 5 days, amazing habit, fantastic. Akash, cross questioning my law teacher, started writing articles from today, amazing. Keep writing. Samriddhi Jain, studying consistent, very nice. Reshmita Ghosh, improving writing skills. Very good. Writing skills is the habit, and improving, it can be a habit. I want to improve everything, right? That's also can be a habit. Why not? Mayank Burman, spending an hour at least daily on LinkedIn. Don't just spend time consuming content, right? Post something every day. Okay? Post something valuable every day on LinkedIn. Samriddhi Jain, listening to podcast every day since 1 month. It's just amazing. Great. As long as you're listening to podcasts which support your growth, right? Very good. All right. So let's go to the next slide. Okay, this is also. What are the habits you have that prevent your growth? Now, this is an even more important question. What habits do you have? Raj Chaurasia, reading, networking, writing, attend daily one webinar, daily post on LinkedIn, writing articles, read self self-improvement book, meditation, walk daily 15 minutes, develop habit of avoiding entertainment, good, learning daily, thinking critically, being active, amazing, fantastic, Raj. So what are the habits that you have that prevent your growth? Sir, can we experience the real practical world in first year of law college? Yes, Kshitij, you can. Go intern in a startup. Go intern in an NGO if you want. But startups are more likely to give you more work, take you more seriously. Go intern with startups round the year with a lot of different startups. At least 3, 4. All the time, right? Samriddhi Jain, getting up late. Good. Remember that getting up late is not the problem. You're going to sleep late. Okay. Even I had this problem. I used to think that I get up late, but now I realize that my problem is that I go to sleep late. So I have to, if I have to change a habit, you cannot change the habit of waking up late. You have to change the habit of going to sleep late. Okay. Nilam Prusti, inconsistent. Okay. Very good. Inconsistency is not a habit. What is the habit? Think about it. Be specific. This is a label you are putting on yourself. I am inconsistent. But what is a specific habit? Tell me one or two specific habits. Raj Chaurasia, I am making to develop to engage startup daily. Sure, sure, do that. Akash, skipping good habits in the middle, at least 30 minutes. OTT apps, yeah, entertainment apps. Sleeping for long hours. Sleeping for long hours itself is not bad. Complacent mindset after small success are my bad habits. Complacent mindset after small success is not a habit. A habit is something that you regularly do. Like smoking cigarettes is a bad habit. I used to have. Now I have more or less gotten over it. I don't smoke that much or hardly ever. But a bad habit is, for example, sleeping late. So that is something you do regularly. So that is it. You don't bring in an attribute. Be clear what is a bad habit. Karan Shelke, not no daily schedule. So I don't. A bad habit is that I am not following a schedule. Good, that is a bad habit. 0% plagiarism, Pranav. So we'll talk about plagiarism another day. We'll do a webinar on how to avoid plagiarism when you're writing. Sure. Being too restricted in networking, not getting along with people. So habit will not be. This is an outcome. Not getting along with people is an outcome. So habit will be maybe just saying, maybe I'm not saying, I'm not sure this is the case, but you can see maybe not listening to people, maybe criticizing people without understanding their point of view. These could be things that why you don't get along with people. So the habit you have to find. Not getting along with people is not a habit, it's an outcome of some other habits. You have to find what are those habits. Okay. Unproductive scrolling on Instagram, very good, Muskan. Okay. Oh my God, there is like a huge list now. I can't read all of this. Okay. So let's go to the next question, right? But good, good. We are making progress. If you can identify your bad habits, then you can start, dismantling those habits. You can go and Google. So one of the good habits I have is that if I have a question, I go and Google it. It's a very good habit. So if you know I have a bad habit, how do I dismantle my bad habit? How can I get rid of my bad habit? Go and Google and start reading, start watching videos. You'll find how to dismantle a bad habit. Okay. Identifying your bad habits is a good habit. That's true. If you are identifying your bad habits regularly, it's a good habit. Awesome. Very good. Why only Google, Abhishek Sharma? So what do you want to use? Google is the best search engine, at least I know. Bing. No, no, no. Bing is not. Yahoo, Bing is not good. Abhishek, you are wasting your time. This is also a bad habit. Why do you want to search on Bing and Yahoo? They are not as good as Google search engine. Okay. That's why they have very little market share also. What are the what are the habits that you wish to develop that can multiply your result? So now you know the habits you already have and the habits you want to quit and get rid of. Then what are the habits, that extra habits, new habits that you want to develop? Anybody? Come on. Such a long list of bad habits and nothing to say about reading judgments. Okay, not bad. Not, I mean, why do you want to do it is the question, but okay, you can start by doing that. Cross examinations and arguments. You make a habit of doing cross examinations and arguing with people. Explain that habit. I didn't understand. Shamachar, coming out of comfort zone. Good, good, good. Being less introverted and communicating with people, networking, very good. Being consistent and being active to do work. Not inconsistent, consistent. Aditi Singh, take the initiative to mend the bad habits. Okay. Neelam Prusti, talking to people. So if you want to create a habit, you have to be more specific. I'll talk to people. I'll talk to my school friends every day for 10 minutes. I will pick up the phone, call, talk. That is like, okay, talking to people. Which people? How, for how long? At what time of the day? So the more specific you become, higher the chance of your success, right? I will talk to prospective clients for 1 hour every day. At 5 o'clock, between 5 to 6 every day, I will talk to. This is a more achievable habit to build instead of I'll talk to people. Okay, please understand. You need all of you need to hear this, right? More specific you come up with a habit that this is the habit I want to develop. More specific, time specific, number specific, what outcome you want. Everything being specific, you are more likely to achieve it. Writing articles with zero plagiarism. Good. Writing articles, increasing public speaking, reading voraciously. Now you see, Akash, these are all non-specific, right? Non-specific. Writing articles. I will write every day in the morning 9 to 10 a.m. I will spend writing articles every day. This is a habit. This is a specific habit to build. Writing articles generally, if you think of it, nothing will happen, right? You need to be specific. What time? How much time will you spend every day writing articles? Okay. How often will you do public speaking? Where? How? All that is important. Reading voraciously, it is too vague. How often will you read? For how long? Every day I will read for half an hour. Every day I'll read for 1 hour. What time of the day? All of that you need to figure out. Okay. Okay. What else? Following up on stock market, learning, article writing and research. So all good stuff, but most of you are not giving me specific things. Okay. So be specific about what habit you want to build and then you will be successful. Okay. So one more thing to say, one of the most powerful habits that you can build is to learn constantly. And at LawSikho, we support that, right? If you have not joined a LawSikho course yet, please do so immediately. Okay. It may feel right now that it is for my benefit, you are saying. Once you join, you'll realize it is for your benefit and you are benefiting way more than I am benefiting from that. Okay. So definitely, like you can build a strong, powerful learning habit with LawSikho because we give you an environment and a huge support system to do that. Okay. Anybody here who is a student of LawSikho? Can you speak in the chat? Are you a student of LawSikho? Okay. Pushdeep, Karan, Arkya Duti, right? So, how Muskan, great, so, Harshita, so Aditi Singh, so many of you. So, have you really been able to build a good learning habit from LawSikho? Have you built, so many of you said, I want to build writing habit, I want to write articles, all of that. What is the difference you see? Can you say a few words to encourage the other people who haven't joined LawSikho courses yet? How can they benefit? Quickly, can you say? Ankita Parida, yes. So, are you benefiting from the courses? Have you been able to build good habits? Karan Shelke, I have improved with respect to writing skills, learning practical skills. Before taking the course, I didn't have reading skills, writing articles, networking skills. After, I am developing all these things. Great. Great, Raj. Awesome. Hmm. Okay, lot of messages are coming. Wow. Wait a second. I have improved writing skills, research skills, and better drafting skills. Arkya Dudhi. What habits have you developed? Have you developed any habits after joining LawSikho course? Have you been able to develop any habit? Like, for example, I know one person, whenever he boards a train, he just opens the app and start listening to recorded lectures and start reading. Even if you think you are lazy, the courses at LawSikho are so interesting that it will make you active. You will enjoy doing all the tasks they assign to you. Exactly. Your tasks are very enjoyable. That's true. Ankita, I am also learning networking as well. Great. So thank you. Thank you. So I think if you are thinking of joining a LawSikho course and you haven't made up your mind, this should help you. Reading more on competition law scenario in India, which I find really interesting. Karan Shelke, this is a habit you created. Awesome. Okay, Birendra Singh courses are best in the industry. Thank you. So what I'm trying to tell you is that you will develop habits of solving legal problems. Your legal brain will develop if you do these courses, and it's a great habit. And you build up a lifelong habit of continuous learning. Okay. All right. So that is about it. And today's session ends here. I must thank all of you for joining this session, sharing your experiences. Arkya Duti Sarkar, I have developed analytical skill. So happy. It feels so great when you guys come here and share all these amazing results you have achieved. Right? When I'm free, I think only about assignment topic and make content to write. Fantastic, Raj. Awesome. So good. Thank you very much. Really amazing being here. And anybody wants to know anything about LawSikho courses, you can reach out to me. Here is my email ID, right? Ramanuj @ipleaders.in. Okay. Also, one request is that if you are not already following me on Twitter, please follow me on Twitter. I am sharing my Twitter profile with all of you. And Twitter is an amazing platform. If you are not on Twitter, then you must join it. It will be very good. It will be quite life changing for you. It will really help. And follow good people on Twitter. Follow the people I am following on Twitter. It will really, really help you to make a big difference. I'm sharing the link. What is best, LinkedIn or Twitter? Both are great. On LinkedIn, there is a limited usefulness, but in Twitter, you can connect with a larger number of people, okay, from different walks of life. But you can connect with potential employers and all of that on LinkedIn. So both are important. Okay. And if you follow me on Twitter, then you will get all the updates on what webinars we are doing. So I have shared my Twitter link with all of you. Please do join, and follow me, and I'll follow you back. Anybody who follows me in the next 5-10 minutes, I will follow you back. If I don't follow you back, you can give me just tweet at me so I can follow you back if I in case I miss by chance. So then definitely let me know so that I can follow you back. Okay. Playing from Max MacBook Pro. All right, great. Thanks everyone. Have a great night, and thank you for joining me and sparing your time once more. Take care. Bye bye. Have a great night.